The African wealth landscape is rapidly changing. We dive deep into the real numbers behind the $1.6 trillion USD economy. From $410 billion to the smallest market, this definitive 2025 GDP ranking reveals all. This small island nation's fishing and cocoa output total a precise $0.9 billion GDP. Comoros's agrarian and fishing economy holds a solid $1.5 billion estimated GDP. Eritrea maintains a resilient mining sector that contributes to its $2.0 billion GDP. Seychelles. This island nation's luxury tourism secures a sophisticated $2.2 billion. Cashew exports dominate the smaller but vital $2.3 billion economy of Guinea-Bissau. Lesotho's water resources and textiles are key to its $2.4 billion small-scale GDP. The Gambia's tourism and trade support its developing $2.8 billion economic output. Cabo Verde's tourism-based service economy generates a notable $2.8 billion valuation. Central Africa resource potential struggles to lift its highly challenged $2.9 billion economy. Oil production drives the fragile South Sudan economy, valued at $4.0 billion. Djibouti, strategically vital, its services and ports account for a $4.6 billion GDP. Liberia's rubber and iron ore sectors contribute to its growing $5.2 billion economy. Eswatini's strong ties to South Africa help sustain its $5.5 billion sugar-based GDP. Agriculture dominates Burundi's economic output, standing at $6.7 billion. Mineral wealth, particularly diamonds, underpins Sierra Leone's $8.4 billion economy. Togo's strategic ports and phosphate mining together sustain a solid $10 billion. Mauritania's fisheries and iron ore resources account for its $11.5 billion valuation. Hydrocarbons power Equatorial Guinea's $12.7 billion GDP, concentrated wealth here. Despite instability, Somalia's resilient services push its estimated to $13.0 billion. Malawi's strong reliance on agriculture helps shape a $14.0 billion national wealth. Namibia's strong mining and tourism industries uphold a $14.2 billion revenue base. Rwanda, a model of development, focusing on services for a $14.8 billion economy. Oil extraction remains the core force shaping the Republic of Congo's $15.3 billion output. Mauritius, a prime financial hub, whose service sector generates a $15.5 billion wealth. Like the video if you learned something. Madagascar's rich biodiversity and farming strength lift its $18.7 billion prosperity. Chad's oil production contributes heavily to its $18.8 billion GDP, a vital state revenue. Botswana's stable diamond industry continues to uphold a $19.4 billion fiscal strength. Gabon's established oil industry maintains its standing with a $20.4 billion national wealth. $21.9 billion. Niger utilizes its uranium and agricultural base for steady economic output. Benin's strategic port and trade routes support a growing $22.2 billion coastal economy. Driven by gold and cotton, Mali's steady growth now reflects a $23.2 billion capital base. Mozambique's growing energy reserves highlight a nation valued at $23.8 billion output. Burkina Faso's gold-driven mining sector continues to generate a $27.1 billion valuation. Zambia's key copper production keeps its commodity-reliant GDP at $28.9 billion. Guinea's vast bauxite reserves continue to drive its metal-rich $30.1 billion foundation. Despite conflict, Sudan's farming backbone preserves its potential $31.5 billion. Senegal's steady growth and new gas finds boost its national worth to $34.7 billion. Zimbabwe's determined rebound is reflected in its $38.2 billion economy. Watch this space. Subscribe this channel for more amazing content. Fluctuating oil markets keep Libya's resource-rich domain valued at $47.5 billion. Cameroon, Central Africa's giant, commands a significant $56.0 billion diversified economy. $56.3 billion. Tunisia's focus on modernization sustains a stable economy. Uganda's emerging oil sector and agriculture drive its $64.3 billion valuation. DRC's vast mineral resources underpin its $79.1 billion economy. Tanzania emerges as an Eastern economic force, raising its valuation to $86 billion. Ghana, a West African powerhouse, secures the top 10 with an $88.3 billion GDP. Côte d'Ivoire shows impressive stability and steady diversification at $94.5 billion. Here's where the real surprises begin. Angola leverages its oil sector. It stands strong at $113.3 billion today. Ethiopia's massive potential is reflected in its rapidly growing $117.5 billion valuation. Let's move ahead. East Africa's tech gateway, Kenya registers a powerful $131.7 billion GDP figure. Subscribe now. Strategic investments keep Morocco thriving as a $165.8 billion regional industrial base. Despite challenges, Nigeria's huge market sustains a resilient $188.3 billion economy. Follow us for the biggest data trends. Resource wealth solidifies Algeria's position at $268.9 billion, a crucial market player. Subscribe and stay updated. Egypt's rapid infrastructure drive pushes its GDP to a formidable $347.3 billion. Before we reveal the top spot, subscribe and share this report. South Africa, the continent's economic powerhouse, commanding a $410.3 billion GDP,